Hello and welcome to episode 11 of the Joey Moments podcast. My name is Joey. I have Joey Moments. And this week I am joined by local musician Bardlo.
That's me, baby.
That is you. That do in fact be you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like second generation lad.
Yeah, pretty much.
As far as like age goes. Obviously you first generation as far as in the group first.
It's
but like
funny because I kind of like forced myself into the lads in a way when I was younger. Like back in high school, I think Tarek was having a little LAN party in the basement. And then I walked down there after me and JC were done sneaking out. And it's just completely hotboxed. I was like, does mom know about this? And then Jake's like, Braden, come over here. And I've never talked to Jake before. I've never seen him before. And then he starts showing me how to play League of Legends. And then I was like, wow, this is cool. I like this group of people. And so he takes me up to my room, and we start gambling on CSGO. And that was my first impression of the lads.
that sounds about right for that time period. Yeah, especially Jake. Jake was a big Counter-Strike gambler.
Yeah, CSGO Bet, all those sites.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Those are gone.
R.I.P.
That's a bygone era. You can't do that now.
I know, dude. It feels nostalgic, though. Like
right? What I wouldn't do to gamble away all my Negev skins again.
Right? I had the freaking Karambit. I probably would have gambled that shit if that was still a thing.
Did you end up ever selling that?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I put it towards rent because I kind of need it now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, that was crazy when you got that knife. Mm-hmm. I was upstairs and I could hear Dylan yelling.
Dude, flash the clip. Flash the clip.
Oh, my God. It'll probably be on Twitter. I'll probably put that on Twitter this week. That clip is so fucking
I just
funny.
can't believe that Dylan has been wanting to win a CSGO skin for so long. Mm-hmm. And then Logan rolls one. And everybody's like freaking out, like, whoa. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll try my luck too. Logan's my brother, by the way. And
don't worry, we'll have him on here at some point.
Okay, good. And then I was like, maybe I'll open a case. So I start streaming on Discord, and the first crate I open is a fucking Karambit.
Tiger Tooth.
It
was what, fact new?
Yeah, it was 1,600.
Yeah. Mine, so I've opened one knife, and mine was a Tiger Tooth Karambit. I think
really?
It was Minware. I only sold it for $400, but that was way back when. I should have just held it in my inventory.
Yeah.
But instead, I was like, if I sell this for $400, do you know how many chicken nuggets I can get with that?
Damn. Dude, that's at least 400 McChickens.
That was high school me. That was like sophomore year. That was my mentality. I was like, how many fucking McDonald's chicken nuggets can I get with this?
That's my thought process whenever I buy things. I'm like, all right, how many Linus burritos can I buy with this? How many McChickens can I... Well, now McChickens are like $4, so...
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, you can't.
McChicken has no right. They're great. I love McChickens. Fuck with McChickens.
Dude, yes.
However, they're not worth $4. They're a $1 sandwich. That shit's garbage. It's just like a McDonald's cheeseburger.
They're like
there's no reason a McDonald's
prepackaged,
cheeseburger.
Frozen. You can just buy them at the grocery store, and it's lettuce and mayo.
That's it. That's all it is. It's all a McChicken is.
That's it.
Don't get me wrong. I would, if someone brought me a McChicken right now, I'd smash it.
Honestly, me too.
But like,
fuck the chick out of a McChicken. Fuck those. You know what? Delete that, guys, please. Delete that, please.
There's no editor.
Fuck.
There's no editor. We don't edit this podcast.
God damn it. All right.
I guess it's kind of true. I mean, we cut something last week that was just something we just couldn't talk about. It just got brought up, so we cut that. But that's the only thing I've cut. I've been very against cutting anything so far. That one was just like we had to cut it. It was just really a topic we couldn't discuss and
sorry, I should
looking.
do that.
Actually, I don't think I did that either. I'll hit that. It was just something that we hadn't. We were so into the conversation last week's with Nathan that it was just we realized it after the fact, and I was like, I gotta cut that.
Well, so, I remember talking to you about it the other day. Like, I think there
obviously
was a moment.
Don't talk about it, but yeah.
No, not that.
Okay, got it.
No, I was talking about it where there was like a moment I was watching the podcast, and I don't know, there was like a joke about you or something in it, and then I went up to you and I was like, I was surprised you kept that in there. And then you were like, I like to keep it.
Anna, that was Anna's episode. I can almost guarantee. Yeah, Anna fucking roasted the shit out of me 2 times instantly. I mean, just put me on blast. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, no way.
It was funny. One of those stories was inevitable. We were going to have to tell the Bumbu story at some point.
Yeah, of course.
Which, if you don't know, I think I put this up afterwards. Actually, no, this came up. That episode is when I brought the Bumbu bottle out, which is now...
Oh, there it is.
And that is...
Is that the one?
This is the Bumbu bottle that I drank that put me
in the
hospital.
Giveaway at the end of the video.
This is a momentum. This is my lesson. And there's still a little bit of Bumbu in there from that night.
Oh, my God, bro.
So, I don't know who drank the rest of it.
It's got Joey's DNA mixed with it.
It wasn't me. I did not drink the rest of it. But no, so I'm glad we got you on. The first time I tried to schedule you, it was a little chaotic.
Yeah.
And this week, you weren't on my list for this week.
I know.
And it was... Scheduling's hard sometimes. And we're getting into that season where it's going to start being harder and harder. But I wanted you on the podcast at some point. We had so much to talk about.
I know, right?
And you know, I think at one point in the future, though, it's got to be me, you, and Jake.
Yes, please, dude. Maybe get Vid on the little Discord call in the background, too.
That's the ADHD podcast right there.
Oh, my gosh.
The attention span will be 0.
No, I feel like we would talk about the most, like...
obscure stuff.
Obscure shit, yeah.
It was like our drive to New Orleans.
Dude, yes. Oh, we can't talk about that on the podcast.
that was crazy. That trip, I guess we can talk about that because that was the second trip me and you took together. That wasn't the Ozarks.
And it was totally unpredicted for me because I'm at work. Z is the IT guy at my work. And he kept on talking about the Mardi Gras trip. But I think, was it Terex that was supposed to go with you guys?
I think it was his ex-girlfriend at the time.
So not
supposed
Tarek.
to go. No, Tarek I think was supposed to go. He was supposed to go, but Tarek told Z no because I think he didn't have the P. It was he either didn't have the PTO or I think he had just started his job, the one that he's at now. So he just didn't have the ability to go, and so I think I went in place of Tarek, and then you took over for Z's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, perfect. It's just like real life.
Because he had already paid for... because he had already paid for that portion of it. And so I think his whole mentality was, Braden, it's a free trip. Just come to Mardi Gras and we'll have fun.
I was contemplating it so hard, though, because I still had work one. I had, like, very little PTO. But luckily, me and my manager were close. And... I just brought it up to her. I was like, hey, if I were to leave to Mardi Gras, or not to Mardi Gras, I said New Orleans, because I was, I think, 19 at the
20.
20?
You're 20.
20? And I was like, if I just drive to New Orleans tomorrow, would I have the PTO for it? And then she didn't reply saying yes or anything. She just said, got you in, go have fun. I was like, wow.
Yeah. And we had a good time. Obviously, you didn't buy any drinks because you couldn't. But
of course.
Besides that, it was fun.
Yeah.
And just experiencing Mardi Gras. Like, I'd like to go back now again.
With the lads this time.
I would, dude, especially, I think there are certain people who I think really would enjoy it. Tarek, obviously one of them. I think Nathan would be a fucking monster of Mardi Gras.
You think?
I think Nathan would be
honestly
fucking... Yeah. I think for as much as he drinks only beer only, beer this, beer that, Mardi Gras, you can't drink that much beer.
No.
There's just...
You got absinthe.
It's not just the absinthe and stuff like that. It's just like everywhere you turn, there's daiquiris, there's mixed drinks.
That's true,
Like everywhere. I think I drank maybe like a 6-pack of beer while we were down there.
Damn.
I don't think I drank any beer.
Yeah, I don't.
Comparatively.
I mean, obviously.
Because I was grabbing because the very first night we walked onto Bourbon Street, there was the daiquiri place that was
little,
right there.
Fruit truck, or fruit shack.
Yeah, it was like a shack on the corner of Bourbon. And I just walked in, and they had the giant fucking ones that were like that big.
Yeah,
and I was like, I'll take that one, please, thanks.
And then
we spent so much money. Do you know how much we spent on alcohol on that trip?
I don't think so. I know how much I spent when we got scammed, but go ahead first.
We spent We spent over $1,000 on alcohol.
Wow. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. It's Mardi Gras, but
because I think all of us bought about an equal amount of alcohol, and we all spent between $300 and $400 a person on alcohol.
Jeez, dude.
Because it's expensive. Like,
yeah,
Mardi Gras is a lot of fun, but like honestly, like if you don't bring like $500-$600, and we were only there for 2 days. We didn't go we weren't there the whole weekend.
They take advantage of that too because they know people are going to be there
price gouge
buying drinks. Yeah,
the prices all go up a little bit. And then the other thing that sucked is anytime you needed to use the bathroom, we had to buy drinks for.
Oh no, I knew it was going to come.
We had to buy drinks. It was, oh my God, it was terrible.
Yeah, I have the bladder of a pea, and I cannot, like, if I'm walking in an area with no bathrooms, I will panic because I got to pee 24/7.
Yeah, you on a party buses.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if the party bus has a bathroom, count me in. But
I don't think I've ever been on a party bus with a bathroom.
I basically got Z drunk that trip because I just had to keep peeing, but you can't use a bathroom unless you
buy a drink. Most of those bars, yeah. There was, I think, one or two that we got lucky with that we didn't have to.
Mm-hmm. We kind of, like, snuck in.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially you had to sneak into a couple of those bars. Because it was just oh my God, it's a street of bars, and every bar we went to was either there was no public bathroom. Mm-hmm. I think we maybe got like one or two public bathrooms. But then the rest are like, and with Mardi Gras, they have a bunch of porta potties.
Yeah.
But the porta potties are always fucking full. There's always someone in the porta potty.
There's a huge ass line, and
well, God, even like the one bar, I remember we went to one of the bars, and you still had to stand in line for like a half hour. Mm-hmm. And me and Z, I think, had like 3 drinks while we waited on you to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, I remember there was this one bar too where I walked up to the bathroom and there was a security guy standing in front of me. He's like, "You got to buy a drink, son." And then I was like, rats. And so I walk over to the bar, act like I'm talking to the bartender. Mm-hmm. And then I walk back and then he's like, "Here you go." I was like, no fucking way that worked.
Yeah, that was such a fun trip. And then
that was.
Oh, God, and I was surprised because they had Cali dogs.
Dude,
that's Cali
the start of the Cali dogs.
It sent me so fucking hard when they had Cali dogs. Cali dogs, for our audio listeners and video listeners who don't know what a Cali dog is, essentially, we went to San Francisco. In California, they're pretty prevalent. There's little street vendors. Mm. They cook hot dogs, except they're wrapped in bacon, and then you put peppers, onions, ketchup, mustard, and mayo. And they're so fucking good.
And the veggies, they're like fried in the bacon grease. It's like,
oh, dude,
might be in.
They're so good. And we found them in Mardi Gras, mm-hmm. which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, Mardi Gras does not take place in California.
Yeah, true.
So
I never actually connected 2 and 2 together.
And so they had the cart there. And the first night, they were normal Cali dogs. It was mm-hmm. peppers and onions. The second night, they were different. The second night, it was like the same brand company. And so I went up and I got the dog because I was hungry. And he was like, "Everything on it?" And I'm like, "Yes, everything on it." Because I'm thinking it's a Cali dog. And I'm looking at the cart and it looks like a Cali dog cart. Mm-hmm. And no, the guy does something completely different. And it was awesome. I will not complain ever about it because he did the hot dog wrapped in bacon. Then he did onions, jalapenos, ooh, and then nacho cheese.
That's what it was. I remember
and that shit was so good. And I was so drunk.
That actually looked good.
And I was like, I ate that and I was like, oh man, that might be.
You got that one after the math of our traumatic experience.
That was after the shooting. Yeah. Yep, that was. Oh my God, that shooting was so fucking insane. And you were just trying to film it.
I had to, bro. People wouldn't believe me. You don't understand my thought process when this is happening. All right?
I would actually love to hear your thought process. So backstory, before we hear your side of the story here.
All right.
We're at Mardi Gras. We're outside. We're in the French Quarter. And we're outside a bar. The bar has a fence on the outside, like a gate, like a French Quarter gate. And we hear a loud just pop. Pop, pop. And then people are screaming, running down the street towards us. Like, I'm talking, like, Mardi Gras is like, this is like hundreds of people stampeding towards us.
Well, we were in the process of being scammed.
We were. We
got saved in that matter.
No, they took our money. We didn't get the alcohol.
Well, they were going to keep going, but that stopped it.
And fucking, people are saying that there's a shooting. And so we're trying to get inside the gate because they're going to close the gate to the bar. And you're just standing still, and I pick you up. I don't think I've ever picked up a human being and moved you the way I have outside of football.
I will say he did grab me.
I grabbed you and I moved you into the fence.
Yeah,
that way they were going to close the gate.
Yeah.
They were going to lock us out, and so we were trying to get in because they had an inside part that we could go and hide in because we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know if this was like a mass shooting.
Yeah.
We didn't know, and it didn't. It ended up being single victim, self-induced gunshot wound.
That's what I heard.
It was a grandma who her grandson had died the previous year to gun violence at Mardi Gras.
Wow, really?
That was the story I read in the news about it.
Damn.
The next day when we were driving back home.
Damn, bro.
And that's what happened. But we didn't know that at the time. We didn't know because we were hearing different things. People were saying like SMG. People were saying AR.
It's a freaking tank rolling down the
road.
road.
We just don't know what's going on. And so better be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Especially, it's America. This thing could happen anywhere.
That's true.
And so I'm just like, Brayden, we gotta go. If you get shot, I'm the one that has to explain to Tarek what happened. Tarek's going to kick my ass.
Imagine how badass I'd be. I'd show back up home, and then I'd go like, yeah, I was tackling that man to the ground. And I just, battle scars.
Tarek would have kicked my ass.
That's fine. That's fine. I would have watched that.
I looked like a fucking hero.
Yeah.
I don't care if Tarek beat the shit out of
Exactly, man. No, but we were in the bar and fucking... There's like people hiding under the tables, and it was just an all-around sketch experience. But I mean, in the moments, you don't know how you're gonna react. And I guess as soon as we started hearing the gunshots, I start like running out into the street, kind of, like towards them with my phone, because I was like, nobody's gonna believe this if I don't get it on video. And so I start doing that, and then that's when Joey just grapples me and drags me into the bar. And
dragging's an understatement. Your feet were off the ground. I had my arms around you, and you were just going.
Yeah, true.
Oh, man. Well, speaking of all this drinking that we did at Mardi Gras, we have a thing here at Joey Moments where we drink something new every week. Originally, I thought we were going to do Tennessee Honey, but we didn't get Tennessee Honey this week. So it's I'm sure... The plan is for next season to have 2 guests every week. So I'm sure me, you, and JC will have a Tennessee Honey night.
Yeah.
Because you two tend to
love
kill
me
that
some
Tennessee honey.
It smells
like
from the bottle.
It smells like a hangover to me.
It does. It tastes like a hangover.
We're going to do some light drinking today. And today, we're drinking some Johnny Walker. However, it's not the good Johnny Walker.
Please forgive me, Tarek. Please.
I am already anticipating how this is going to go. But we needed to drink something, and Johnny Walker is kind of a lad staple. Mm-hmm. Your family drinks a lot of it.
A lot.
And you guys have made it a point that the lads drink a lot of it.
Exactly.
Except we have taste. We drink Black Label.
Exactly.
This Red Label was a gift. We haven't opened it yet. Someone left it here. I don't remember who bought it, but we have it. So we're going to drink a little bit of it.
Count me in, boss. Try not to throw up challenge.
Yeah, honestly.
Red Label's not good for those
I know people who love Red Label.
And I don't get it. It's like Black Label, but just so much worse.
It's Black Label, but yeah, just I don't know
just
how
so
to describe
much worse.
It. Yeah, I'm not pouring a lot. I'm pouring maybe like that much because it's really. I really do think this is going to be.
Normal size.
You want a normal size glass?
Yeah, okay. That's good. Arigato gozaimasu.
So I just know how I am about Red Label. I want to. We'll give it an opinion. It's been probably about 2 years since I've had Red Label. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, it's been longer. I think the last time I had Red Label was at the first Nathan apartment at Brentwood, or not Brentwood,
here or at my
at your
place,
current.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brentwood was me and Dylan and Tyler. And,
that's
Marshall.
right. That's right.
Yeah, no, the point. That first apartment, I think that was the last time I had Red Label, that would have been like 3 years ago.
Damn. I mean, I think I had it like 3 or 4 months ago because it was the only thing on my shelf, and I was like, I need a drink,
Yeah, that's
and
rough,
I know
buddy.
it was
that's rough.
It was a low point. Trust me.
Yeah, that's. Kudos to you. We'll take a
Thank
nice
you.
sip, though, and we'll get our reactions here.
Cheers, brother.
It definitely smells
Oopsies.
like, are we cheering?
Are we
Is that what we're
cheersing?
doing?
So we'll cheers.
I don't know if the mics picked that up. Probably.
Clink. There you go. Yeah, that's not good.
I don't know how to describe that.
It's like, I'm kind of glad it's watered down a bit, though, because, yeah, it just, it's a little smoky, but almost too smoky.
You know the way that, like, odorless soap smells?
Yeah.
That's what that tastes like.
It does have a soapiness to it.
Yeah.
But,
It tastes like an odorless soap. I'm not a big fan of that.
if it's the only thing you have, though, I could drink it. Not going to lie. But I feel terrible drinking it because it's just a disgrace to my family,
Yeah.
I can't.
Tarek is having an aneurysm now.
Please forgive me,
it.
Tarek.
I have some Hawaiian Punch to follow that up to cleanse my palate. Wowza, that is interesting.
I love Hawaiian
So,
Punch.
I said earlier when I introduced you that you're a local musician.
Here we go. Yes, I am.
Local musician. Glad that we got a guest star on the podcast.
Yes.
A celebrity,
Your first
if you will.
celebrity.
What got you into music? I never knew the origin story here on this one.
I don't really know. All I remember is it was like back in junior high, and I would always be the guy that could do Rap God and all those super fast raps and shit. And they were like, you can actually like get the words down and do them. And I was like, yeah, I guess I can. And then I started thinking, like, what if I made my own music? I was like, I can't use other people's beats because then they'll be copyrighted and I won't be able. I know how scummy the music industry is. Yeah, I knew this at junior high. But I wanted my own work to be my own work. So I was like, what if I just learned how to make music? And I bought FL Studio, and I just started making shit. And it was weird, some whack-ass beats, but I liked them. And it's not your typical rapper hip-hop type beats. I don't know. Yeah.
No.
They're
Not
a
your
little
early
goofy
stuff.
and, I guess, funky. And I was like, since everybody said I could rap like Eminem, what if I just made my own songs that were like, I guess, specializing in faster type of deal. And I guess that's what sparked it, because I was like, people were like, you're actually kind of good at it. So
You do. You've gotten really good at it.
thank you.
You can definitely see, I think, the growth and progression.
I agree.
But the other thing is, you have a lot of unreleased music that we were very gracious to have a night at the house where you played a lot of it here.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the name of the song. And one of these days, I think I need to...
Mistake, I think is what you're thinking.
The one that, yeah, I know you said you don't like it. I'm telling you, that's like a Billboard top 10 song right
That's
there.
what Tarek said, but I don't know.
It is.
It's just something about it.
I love that song so much.
Well, I appreciate
Emotionally, it is so emotionally driven.
that. Thank you, man.
It's so good.
You see, I liked it too originally, but my problem when it comes to music production and why I'm taking so long to make an album is I overanalyze everything I make. So I will focus on a single syllable and I'll go like, no, that's not right. So the whole song has to be scrapped now. And yeah,
Okay.
I know it's a terrible habit,
No,
but I'm like,
I
if
get
this
that.
isn't perfect, then I can't release it because it's just not as gratifying as it would be if it was perfect. So that's why all my songs take so long to make, because I'll make them, I'll delete them, I'll make another one. Sorry. And yeah.
That's crazy. It's crazy because that song really is just so fucking solid. But I can understand that you want it to be perfect, because
Yes.
once you put it out there, it's out there. You can't.
exactly.
I mean, I guess you can do like Bardlo's version.
Yeah, sure.
You
The
can Taylor
studio
Swift
cut.
it. Yeah, you can Taylor Swift it and re-release it.
Oh, no.
8 billion times just so that other artists suffer.
I had my first time making a pop punk song recently, though.
And it's a fucking
It honestly is
banger.
a bop. I was surprised myself.
For video viewers, if you stay tuned to the end of the episode and the title card, there will be a link to Bardlo's pop punk masterpiece.
Arigato gozaimasu.
That was premiered at the Lads video premiere, the last Lads video premiere.
We had like 30 people that all watched it live.
We were talking about this last night. I think we had 42 people.
42?
We were over 40.
It was a packed basement.
It
was like a mini movie theater down here. Like right behind us, that's where the Lads video played.
Yep, we had a projector and everything. It was crazy. It was so much fun. God, it was so hard to plan and coordinate that,
I can imagine.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
That was the most people I think we've ever had here at the house. And it was a wild night.
There was some damn good food, though.
The food
the
was
best part of
very
a party.
good.
The food.
The food was so good. That's like the thing that I look forward to for like Lads Giving and everything like that.
Yes, I love Lads Giving, dude.
It's so much fun, and we'll be here again. We have that we confirmed. Lads Vegas lives another year.
Oh, really?
So we get to do Lads
people?
Giving here. Same people, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we got that all figured out this week, and it's so nice. It's so nice to not have to move.
And I don't got to worry about it now.
And then I have the whole podcast set up, and I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Podcast setup might be moving somewhere.
Buy a warehouse.
Well, and that was Tarek kind of brought up the idea of maybe getting a storage unit.
Ooh.
And putting everything into the storage
That'd
unit.
be funny.
Well, and we'd be able to do like full set dressings.
Yeah.
So we'd be able to, like make it look nice, and
of course
actually get like once I have the key lights with the diffusers and everything, we can make it look really nice and really professional. So I'm probably gonna start looking at that. So for people who watch the podcast, you might notice at some point, probably for the next year, the podcast will look different. Maybe it depends on how much it is.
Snazzing it up.
For audio listeners, nothing will change.
If I come back on, I want mine to be tropical themed. We should do themed podcast. I want a beach
All right.
theme.
So Braden, you want a themed
Coconut
podcast?
drinks.
We're gonna need
half coconuts.
Right, we'll get right on that. Let me get talking to.
Thank you so much.
To the department that handles all the money.
I appreciate that.
Put
in a good word, please.
Yeah, I'll put in a good word for you. God, it's so crazy. Man, I really just want to keep talking about the music because fuck, it's just you've collaborated with Bree and Logan.
Mm-hmm. And Tarek, I
Tarek.
guess in one of the songs, but that's not like a official song. It was one we made for my grandpa's birthday, and I had Tarek, Logan, Bree, all on the same track. And
when are you getting your dad on a track,
dude? Ooh, I don't know if that'd be possible. I mean, I love you, Dad, but like, you got to be on like a rhythm, I can fix a lot of things, but tempo's really hard to fix for me. I apologize. I'm so sorry.
No, I think you give him a verse, and you record it like it's karaoke. So you make sure that he's you've given him a couple beers, and you sample it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'd be hilarious.
Honestly, that would be pretty funny.
But it's got to be him doing karaoke of Rings of Fire.
Dude, yes. Oh my gosh, imagine, bro.
It's the number one karaoke song.
A hip hop beat, but the fucking sample is my dad singing Ring of Fire.
Oh yeah.
But,
at Basshole.
At Basshole.
Yep.
All right. You know what?
That's when he's in his element is in the Ozarks.
Oh, 100%.
Your dad kills it out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so funny, especially when he disappears with my uncle.
Yeah.
And then they show up and
I'm
they're just
glad your uncle started coming because like I guess Dad's always hung out with us, but now he has someone hit like his age to hang out with, But no, that man will talk nonstop about the Ozarks.
It's the same way Tarek is with Boston.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like your dad always talks about the Ozarks, and every time I see Tarek, he talks about Boston.
Yeah.
And I want to go to Boston so
You
bad
have to, dude.
because God, it just sounds like so much fun. But it's always so funny, and God, he tells you how much fun it is and how everyone needs to go, and it's just like, dude, I wish.
Dude,
I wanted to go this year.
Of explaining things we're passionate about to make the other person as excited as possible, and so we will never stop talking about it. That's just.
I get that.
I mean, cut that.
I gotta censor that son of a bitch.
Oh, you got an
yeah, I see it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a very, very quick break for audio listeners. Please stay tuned. For video guys, I'm so sorry if you're seeing that annoying lads pop up again.
Wait,
we'll be right back.
Bye, guys.
And we are back.
Dum dum.
So, how was your piss break?
It was great. Very
great.
relaxing.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It was an experience.
So, how has your life been recently with not working?
You know,
Like, I've genuinely been curious about it because it's been a long period of time.
Almost 7 months, or I think it has been 7 months, yeah.
And, like, what is a day in Bardlo's life? Like, do you get up and just, like, obviously I don't assume that you, like, work on music every day, but, like, is that, like, a good chunk of your time that you just sit there and you're just, like, trying to think of stuff?
It used to be, but it's been kind of demotivating lately because my auto-tune keeps breaking on me. And and I have to fix it, but Antares, you know, like, they're the worst company in the world, I swear to God. But basically, now that I've been unemployed, it's very... You do nothing, you know? You have no obligation, so I wake up and I stay in bed. And then I go maybe work on music a bit. And then I hang out with you guys. And then I look for a job and, you know? It's fun.
I just didn't know what you did. Like, because JC was in the same boat for a little bit. And I kind of got to see what that was like. And I'm just like, man, I just don't know I could do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like I'd have to do something every day.
Well, I mean, it seems easy from the outside. Like, you're like, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to wake up for work. But when you're actually in it, it's just so draining because you have nothing to do. So, like, what do, you know? And time just flies and...
has the last 7 months gone by really quick for you?
I can't believe it's almost the end of the year. It's like it felt like I just lost my job like a month ago.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I didn't want to I wasn't trying to put you on blast.
No.
I was just like genuinely so curious as to what a day in your life looks like because I can't imagine that because obviously I go to work every day and I hate it. I hate it. I wish I had more time to do the things I enjoy.
Of course.
But I'm just like, what does Bardlo do? Like, do you just like curl your hair?
I mean, pretty much. I take 2 hours to get my hair done.
Is that really how long it takes you?
What?
Is that really how long it takes you?
Well, I mean, a shower can take like 30 minutes maybe, and then I used to just let my hair air dry, but now I bought myself a Dyson. If you guys don't know what that is, look it up. And that thing dries your hair nice and good, but I blow dry it for... It takes about like an hour to dry, even with the hair dryer.
Yeah, my hair takes a really long time to dry.
Yeah, I can tell, brother.
It's just God. That's crazy. It's just wow.
Yeah.
You know, you could always come play with the dog.
Of course. Yeah.
If you
on the weekends.
On the weekends, you know, if you wanted to, you could come play with the dog.
I see him on the weekends, so.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough for some people. I love him.
He's a lot.
I think about him every day at work. I'm just like, God, I miss my dog.
Yeah.
That's what gets me.
Our besties though.
He loves you.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I just got a thing with dogs.
He knows he's like the last dog that liked this guy, really fucking liked this guy. I'm in. I'm sold.
I'm his godfather now.
You are like the only person I think, like if something were to happen to me, heaven fucking forbid, absolutely, he's the only person that he likes like that.
Well,
I guess Kenzie. He really liked Kenzie.
Yeah, but obviously he liked me a little bit more. You know, me and Kenzie were talking about this. Like, yeah, we already know, but it's fine.
Yeah. I also couldn't ask Kenzie and Austin to take my dog if I died.
Dude, I don't know. I've always had like a thing with dog. I guess my parents always called me the dog whisperer because, like, it didn't matter who it was. I'd be a little 5-year-old boy, and there's a frothing at the mouth dog that's like looking like he's ready to murder someone, and then my mom said that I would just like take off and go like doggy, and then just start petting him, and it put the fear of God in her every time. But I don't know. I just always loved them, and it's just my thing, you know?
It's just your thing, you know?
just
And
my
that's,
thing.
honestly, good for you.
Thank you.
Most dogs like me. Not all dogs. I've had some yippy dogs that don't really like me. My
The
parents
yippy
had...
ones are the trouble.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
It's not the pit bulls.
I've had yippy dogs my whole life because my parents love Chihuahuas.
Hmm.
So we've had Chihuahuas my entire life. My first dog was a Chihuahua mix.
Hmm.
2 of their dogs right
Oh, I
now are
remember
Chihuahua
them. Yeah,
mix.
yeah.
And then they have a purebred Chihuahua. And then
Oh, they were so cute. Didn't one of them have its tongue, like, stuck out of its mouth, or am I thinking of a different Chihuahua?
you're thinking of a different Chihuahua.
Damn it.
My parents' dog is the blind one.
Yeah.
And then my mom's dog, which I don't know what the hell that dog is. It's got weird proportions. And that poor dog is blind, has diabetes.
Oh.
That dog is just
Oh.
it's going. And she's a happy little thing.
Yeah.
You see her and she's just you can tell that dog is like, I love life.
Honestly, that's all you need. Just to see that they're still living. They're enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
They get treats.
I can't imagine being blind and having diabetes though. I couldn't play WoW.
Yeah. Helen Keller has a dog, brother.
Controversial opinion, Helen Keller was not real. There's no
You
way.
think?
She was fucking faking it. Abso-fucking-lutely.
It's a conspiracy theory.
That is, I absolutely buy the fact that Helen Keller was faking that. I don't know if that's a controversial opinion or
What
not.
makes you
but
think that, though?
Okay, come on. What do you mean? There's just so much. How could she? No, there's no way.
I mean, that's
No
fair.
way.
What, like, didn't she have, like, some crazy skill, too?
She was like blind and deaf and,
Yeah,
and
I
everything
know
was like,
that, but, like,
and she was like, and it didn't
I
stop
don't know
her.
if
And
she
I'm
could,
just
like, play guitar or something.
Helen Keller's just sitting there playing the Beatles.
Dude, that'd be a sight.
She's just fucking.
Honestly,
sitting
I
there.
wouldn't be surprised to see that in the history books.
It's just Helen Keller on
Helen
stage.
Keller's prime banjo.
She's playing like swamp music, just in the bayou.
Dude,
Oh my God.
yes.
So we talked about going out to New Orleans. The other trip me and you went on was Worlds.
Don't even get me started, bro.
Worlds was such an amazing experience.
All time, like, literally #1 favorite trip I've been on.
That
San
was
Francisco.
That was when me and you started hanging out a lot more.
Yeah.
Because we hung out during that trip.
Yeah, you're right.
And then after that is when we started hanging out more in person. Not by ourselves. Me and you, I don't think have done a whole lot of that, but with
It was
groups.
like, yeah. I think it was like, the group was like Z, me, you, Chris, Mac.
Zoe and Marshall. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That was the group. And we hung out a lot. But God, I just remember that trip. My brain cells just like disappeared.
Dude,
on
yes.
that trip.
Honestly.
Because that's when me and you started doing the Borat impression all the time.
Very nice.
Very nice.
A great success.
And we had all those Cali dogs. And you almost passed out from eating the taco.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I'm not a spicy guy, but there was these like Mexican street vendors on. It was at like one of the pier areas.
It was right.
It's like Fisherman's.
It was where the ferry to go to Alcatraz was.
Yeah,
Because we had just gotten back from Alcatraz, and we were all starving, but we were getting ready to go to the stadium for Worlds.
Yes.
And we needed to eat because we were like, we don't want to spend the money at the stadium because the food there is going to be fucking crazy. And turns out the food was absolutely crazy.
But
we
was
did
good.
end up
It was
eating
pretty
there. I had
good.
2 meals there.
I had that burger. That shit was pretty good though.
I had the dumplings, and then I got the chicken tenders at the chicken tender vendor.
Oh yeah. But dude, that fucking street taco, like, so it's a vendor and they give you 3 street tacos basically, like with the cilantro, the onions, and the beef, and they have 3 different salsa bowls, and I was like, I wanted to try all of them, but I didn't hear what the guy said. Unfortunately, I said, what are these? He's like, salsa. I was like, what are they though? He's like, mild, spicy, and super spicy. But I didn't hear the super spicy part. I just heard spicy. So I was going to try all 3 of them. And the first one was good. Second one was good with a little bit of spice. And the third one fucking knocked me on my ass.
Yeah, you were standing there, And all of us, like, Chris had to stand behind you because we thought you were
I
going to
said
pass
that.
out.
I was like, I need somebody to stand behind me right now because I am about to pass out, guys.
You looked
never
rough.
had spiciness like that before.
And the craziest part is right before you ate the third one, because I went up right after you, and I was like, yeah, can I get same thing? And the guy's telling me, and he goes, yeah, it's a mild, a spicy, extra
Super
spicy.
spicy.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take. I didn't want the not spicy one, so I did the spicy, and then I did 2 of the extra spicy ones. Because it's kind of the food I grew up with, and so it was a little bit easier for me. And I could smell it, and I was like, oh, it smells really fucking good.
Yeah, it was so
And so he gave me 3 of the tacos, and I tried the extra spicy one first, because I was like, if this is going to be rough, I need to eat those first.
Yeah, of course.
And then eat the last one. And I was like, holy shit. And I saw you going to grab yours, and I was like, dude, no, be warned. That shit's like really, really hot.
It's going to be spicy.
And I watched you take that first bite, and I watched your soul leave your body.
Oh, my God, dude. And the thing is, it was like, I've never had something so spicy and so delicious at the same time.
Oh, no, it was amazing. The flavor was, I can't even describe it. You could tell every ingredient played an equal role in the flavor of that salsa.
The best taco I've ever had. But
street tacos are so good.
Like my first big bite, and I was committed at that point because it was so good. I'm like, if I'm already gonna die, I might as well just eat the whole thing. So I just kept going, and I finished the taco. But
didn't you end up drinking like 3 Cokes from that vendor?
And then we had to get in the Uber too, and I was like, just in the backseat of the Uber car.
Oh, Ubering was such a pain in San Francisco because we always had to, because we had just a large enough group that we had to get the XLs. And it just seemed like every XL driver that we would get was super talkative.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just trying to sit here and
they originally, most of them didn't want us getting in their car. They'd, pull up, look at our group, and then they'd go, no. And then they'd start driving away. And then they'd come back and pick us up.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
Nope.
It did not make sense to me. But
we had that happen on our way to the airport. We were leaving from the Airbnb, and the first one got there, saw our luggage, and was like, no.
No.
And he left and canceled our Uber. We had to wait for a second one. I think we ended up getting 2 Ubers at that point.
Oh,
I can't remember if we all Ubered.
I could have sworn he came back and re-picked us up. Because he said no, drove halfway down the road, and then backed up, and then came to pick us up again.
Maybe I'm just not remembering super well. I will be honest, because we had alcohol, we had beer and stuff left in the Airbnb. Yeah. And I remember that it was the challenge of, all right, I think it was Tarek, Chris, Joey, you guys just got to clear the alcohol out. So I chugged I want to say 3 beers and then took a 2-hour nap because we didn't have that much time.
Yep.
Because we got back from the event at 1 a.m., midnight?
Was it 1 a.m.?
It was midnight, 1 a.m. Wow. And then we had to leave for the airport at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, I do remember that, yeah.
And so it was all right, we got to chug all our alcohol. I think you had to chug the milk that you bought.
Oh, and I did it. I'll tell you that.
And then, we all just kind of tried to power nap it in before flying.
Oh, and me and Vid were roommates. We got to meet our online friend for the first time.
That was one of the coolest parts about the trip was meeting Vid, who is someone that we've played games with for a really long time. We had never met in real life. This was not a person that we went to school with or that we met at college. It was someone that we purely had a relationship via Discord and League of Legends. Yeah. And then we met him in person. And it was so fucking cool to meet him. And the craziest part is he's the exact same.
Yeah, literally
nothing
no different.
Changed. It was like I was putting a face to the voice. That was it.
Dude, oh my gosh. He was so funny, though. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say something.
Are we telling the hookah bar story?
Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about it. So preface, we were in California and we enjoyed some recreational substances in California.
Of course.
Vid,
medicinal herbs.
At the time, our friend Vid, who purchased a bag of edible substance.
They
were gummies, yeah. And we're at a hookah bar, which dumbest hookah bar because there was no tobacco.
But I was allowed in.
Yep, so that's why we went. We went there because of that, because this was post the change to tobacco being 21 and up. So we went there so that we could hang out with you. Also, they had Arabic food.
Yes.
And the food was really good.
It was pretty good.
Expensive, but really good. I liked the vibes of the hookah bar. If there had been regular hookah, it would have been awesome.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't even think the fake tobacco was bad. It tasted good.
It tasted great, but obviously there's no head rush, there's no buzz or anything. And the price for it, my problem was the price, because it was like $30 for the hookah, but there's no tobacco in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck?
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, but Vid, our friend, took one of the edibles, and he goes, this was like maybe like 10, 15 minutes later, 20 minutes later most, and he goes, I don't feel it. And we're just like, oh, just give it a minute, and then maybe take another one if you don't feel it, another like half hour, 40 minutes. Half hour goes by, we're getting our food, and we're smoking the hookahs, and we're having a good time, we're vibing, and we look over, and we see his hands in the bag, and he's, we're just like, oh, did you take another one? He goes, no, I ate the rest of the bag.
Just eating them like fruit snacks.
And we're just like, what the fuck do you mean? And so he's just like, yeah, I'll be fine. For our video, if you're listening to this, about an hour later, we're still at the hookah bar, and he is slouched. Dude, if you're watching the video, this is what he looked like. We turn over, and he's just like this.
His eyes were like open though.
Yeah, he was awake. He was gone.
I was like,
and it was
how much did you take of it? He's like, oh, I just had the whole thing.
Yeah, and that was a big bag.
Yeah.
Especially because I think he had not partaken in recreational substances in a very long time.
Oh, and then we got back to the Airbnb, and me and Eric and Chris, I believe, went to the
Tarek.
Tarek.
Yeah, Eric unfortunately did not go on this trip.
Yeah,
I wish he would have. I think Eric would have had a phenomenal time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In San Francisco.
Oh, 100%. But we did a little run to the grocery store to pick up stuff, just in case people wanted like food or things, because we had nothing when we were at the Airbnb. Mm-hmm. And Vid asked for cookies. I was like, what kind of cookies? He's like, I just want cookies. I was like, okay.
He was specific. He was like, I want the what are they? The Tell House cookies.
Is that what he said?
Like because you got him like the expensive cookies, like the ones that are like $5 a bag.
All he messaged me, he said, I want cookies. I was like, but like what kind of cookies? He was just like, ones with chocolate. I was like, okay. And so I grabbed the little it's the flatbread cookies with the chocolate layered in the middle. Mm-hmm. I brought those back, and he's just on the bed eating them, laughing his ass off. And then he falls asleep like halfway off the couch with his arm in the bag of cookies. Oh, my God. It was the funniest sight I've ever seen. We have a
picture of that.
Yeah, we got to find the picture.
I don't know who has that. That might be Chris that has that. But
oh, it was amazing.
It was such a fun time. And then that Chinese food we got.
Ooh, that was good.
Because we did a walk
on the best seafood restaurant. Sorry.
Wasn't that the name of it?
I think that's what it was called.
And so we are on the beach because we did a little walk on the beach. We're like, we had our Airbnb, which was only like a 15-minute walk to the beach.
Yeah, about.
And so we were like, it was early morning. We're like, we're going to go walk to the beach. We're going to enjoy the beach, enjoy seeing the ocean, all that stuff. And we're sitting there on the beach, and we're just like, fuck, we're hungry. Mm-hmm. And it's like 10 a.m. San Francisco, apparently, nothing is open at 10 a.m. Yeah. No, restaurant. Because we're just like, we don't want breakfast. We want, food. Mm-hmm. And we're going through the list, and we're just like, we want seafood. Because we're on the coast.
Yeah,
you want seafood.
By the ocean.
Nothing by us. Because we were like, we want to walk. We don't want to drive an Uber, because we're going to Uber into San Francisco later on, because we were in, the suburbs on the beach, kind of. And we're just like, we don't want to Uber to go get food yet, because we don't want to Uber downtown yet. So we're just like, fuck it. We'll just walk somewhere. What's close? And the only place that was open was this Chinese restaurant. And it was best seafood, San Francisco.
I don't think we knew it was a Chinese restaurant at first.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
We did not know that. It just said best seafood, San Francisco. Yeah. That was the name of the restaurant. And so we're just like, okay, let's go. And so we walk. And I think it was a 45-minute walk from the beach. It was going to end up being uphill. And it was just the most dreadful walk, because this was right when the sun was really starting to peak. Yeah. And it was starting to heat up a lot. And we get there, and it's just this little shack. It's this little, not a shack, but it's this little hole in the wall.
It's a small place.
Go in, and there's just this guy, it's this one guy in the in the whole restaurant. And we're like, oh my God, what's going on? And it's a Chinese restaurant. And we're just like, well, fuck it, we're here.
Honestly,
there's nowhere else
Chinese
to eat.
food would have been the next best thing.
And so, and And in California, like Chinese food's like really popular anyway. So it's like we'll get that. And the table's like a lazy Susan.
Yeah.
And so they bring us out hot tea, and we ordered so much food. And this guy looked at us like we were fucking crazy for ordering all this food.
I know, dude. He really did. He was so judgmental. He was cool because, like, I think like 3 of us ordered lobster dishes, and so.
And he told you no.
Yeah, he said no, and then we were like, what? Why? And so he grabbed us and brought us like back to where he has all the tanks. He's like,
He didn't even have to grab you. The tank was like right across.
That's true.
Table.
Yeah, I was like,
he was like, look at the tank.
Look at the tank, and there was just these tiny lobsters in there. He's like, I'm not gonna give you that. And we were like, really? And then everybody ordered their food, and then it came to Vid, and then Vid was like, I'll get the lobster. We were like, did you not just hear everything we were talking about?
Yep, and I ordered like 2 dishes because I'm thinking these are going to be like normal portions. And I was like, I want this, but I also want to get some like lo mein on the side.
Yes.
And no, everything we got was like serving size. Like this was enough for like 2 people per thing.
Oh, but it was damn good.
It was so good.
I remember. I think it was Vid who got the prawns, and
He did, yeah.
Yeah. So he ordered some prawns, thinking it was just gonna be like, I guess, fried shrimp, and they came out as like the actual way to do prawns with the shell and everything, and they're battered on the outside of the shell, and you just eat the whole prawn, like nothing's taken out of them, and it was hilarious because when you're expecting shrimp and you get a whole fucking shellfish.
Yeah. That was such a fun trip.
They were good. But just had to get past it.
Oh, I wish we could go back to Worlds.
Oh, and then the next best part of World. I mean, you got to see all this famous people. My favorite part was when we're all huddled together at the event, and we hear behind us, "Move out of the way! Move out of the way!" And then we're like, "What?" And so we turn around and we see this like 3-foot tall man by the name of Tyler One with security that's pushing us out of the way as he just waddles his way on by.
He really does waddle. His arms are just so broad, and he's going.
Everybody was like, "Oh my God, it's Tyler One!"
That was, oh my God. And I had a friend who was at Worlds, and they had tickets inside, and I was trying to coordinate to meet up with them to see them, and they were just like, "Yeah, we're already in."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Well, damn, jerk."
Yeah.
Get me in.
Right. And
because we didn't actually get to go inside the stadium and watch.
we started messaging people on Twitter to see if they would
the
sell us. And
scalpers.
most of them were fucking scammers.
They were all scammers. They were all scammers. They were all bots, and it was.
I think Chris
terrible.
was actually going to buy one of them though. We were like,
I think he did.
Did he?
I think he got scammed.
oh shit.
I think he tried to buy 2 tickets, and I think he got scammed.
Oh, well,
But-
that sucks.
It's such an interesting like event, and it was so cool because it was like watching the fucking Super Bowl. The crowd was so energetic. There was so much energy. They were cheering. They were screaming.
Yeah.
You had people like beating their chests for this
And
shit.
even we didn't go in, they still set up the big screen outside for us. So it was like, honestly, I think it was better than if we were able to go in because it was a different experience. And it was like one you wouldn't be able to have if you were to bought tickets.
And it was so cool because I don't think that was originally the plan.
It was.
I don't think no, I mean not for us. I don't think the event was originally planned like that.
Definitely
because
not.
I think they were because we were in the process of being kicked out. Like we didn't do anything wrong, but security was like, "We're trying to get people out. Like the event started, and so we're going to clear out the fan." It's like I don't know what they call it. It's like a fan center, so it has like 2 restaurants and everything, and they were gonna be putting the thing on the screen outside anyway for like people who were like at the restaurants and stuff so they could watch it, and people just like weren't leaving, and so I think at that
people
point
were bringing lawn chairs and stuff.
yeah, and I think at that point they were just like security was just like is this gonna be easier to just let them
I can't
sit
see
down?
that because like during the beginning, the whole Lil Nas X performance, we had no sound outside. It was maybe it was like
you could hear it though,
like it
was
playing
loud
on an
enough
iPhone speaker for 2,000 people, and I think maybe
It took halfway through the first game before sound got
it was
fixed.
like 10 minutes into the first round, and then they pulled out an actual speaker system. But even then, you could have just walked to some of the bars that were all circled around, and they were playing it in there.
That's what, yeah. because I watched the first game from the outside patio of the dumpling restaurant.
Yeah.
That was in the fan center.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, we sat down on the grass and watched it. And then I watched one of the Baron steals from inside the like burger chicken tender restaurant.
I love that.
Because I saw people walking around with milkshakes, and I was like, "Where the fuck are people getting milkshakes?"
I saw those burgers, bro.
I was like, "I wanted milkshakes." And I saw people with chicken tenders, and the chicken tenders sounded so good. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna get chicken tenders, French fries, ketchup, and a milkshake."
I'm so hungry right now. I'm just thinking about it.
Do we go get food after this?
I'd be down. Fuck it, bro. Oh, Tokyo sushi.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to go downtown.
That's fair.
Have you been to the new China buffet, Golden Apple? Have you been there yet?
No, but you were telling me about that.
You want to go there?
How much is it?
I think it's like for dinner. I don't know, maybe like $20 a person.
Fuck it, I'd be down.
I'd be down. I'll text my uncle because me and my uncle normally go get China buffet anyway. So
Yeah,
I'll text him and see if he wants to meet up
I'd be
there.
down for that. Now that it's on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, and it's good food. They have I think it's like 115 options, and they have like
Damn,
they have
bro.
like a faux bar.
I was looking it up and it looked pretty good.
And they have, you know how the one has the Mongolian grill?
Yeah.
They have the Mongolian grill, except instead of doing it where you pick the sauces, they just cook it like hibachi.
Ooh.
So they do like the soy sauce
and it's all just like one payment for the all you can eat.
Yeah, and it's all you can eat. So you get the pho, you get the sushi, you get hibachi. They have like your traditional China buffet options.
Bro. We gotta go. Please
It's-
tell me they have coconut shrimp. Because
I
ever
think
since China
so.
Buffet got rid of that shit, I've been
think so.
depressed.
I can't tell if it's coconut shrimp or if it's the round shrimp that's the tempura batter. Because for me, I worked in a Chinese restaurant, so for me, anytime I see the round shrimp with the tail, that's what we always had for coconut shrimp, because we'd get that, and then the sauce was because that had the coconut flakes on it.
Oh, yeah.
But then the tempura shrimp was the long one, just the straight long shrimp.
Yeah.
But I guess at other restaurants they get just like the regular shrimp that's round.
Oh,
and
really?
I don't know,
Dude,
So
that was
don't
my
know.
number one favorite
They have
thing at China
mussels.
Buffet. Oh, really?
They have mussels, and they have
Yeah, we're going.
they have octopus.
We're going, bro. We're going, yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no,
Dude.
it's so good there.
No, but, like, I guess to elaborate a little bit more on Worlds was, like, you never get an experience. I've never experienced anything to where you go to a place where there's all these, like, sports bars circled around, and you walk into any single one of these bars, and people are, like, screaming on the edge of their seats, standing up for esports.
Yeah,
You're
for
like,
League of Legends, it
you're
was
like,
so crazy.
it's normally football, baseball, and people will do that. But, like, when you're there with the crowd that are cheering for the same thing you are, and they're, like, extra engaged, it's an experience. If you're on the fence of going to Worlds, do it.
If you have have the ability to go to Worlds, do it. Honestly,
Yeah.
I would say even like any big esports event. Like we're going next year to the major in Austin for Counter-Strike.
Oh, really?
Because I have family out in Austin, and so
Yeah.
I was like, well, I can go because that's basically
You go
traveling
with, like, Nathan
is-
Dillon, Tyler?
I think that's the plan. I think we're gonna talk about it more as we get closer, because I think the other thing we have to account for is the Ozarks. Because obviously, if it's gonna conflict, I'd rather go to the Ozarks than the major.
Yeah.
But I don't. I would assume that'd be the consensus. I would absolutely assume that's the group consensus.
Yeah.
But for some people, that might not be the case.
I take the Ozarks over any trip. I'll say that.
I love the Ozarks.
Me
It's such a
too.
fun trip, especially because we get to just be wild. Like it's like a no rule. The only rule is take care of yourself.
It's like we just got so lucky with that. So my grandpa has a place out in the Ozarks that's, I think it's like 25 acres. Middle of nowhere, but you're still right next to the most popular burger joint on the lake. So you can walk there 5 minutes away and do whatever you want. No noise complaints. Play the speakers as loud as you want. Shoot guns. And get fucked up, bro.
That's the big thing, because we get kegs. We buy a bunch of like single bottle drinks, like single use drinks.
Yeah.
And we bring the hookahs out there. We bring you have the giant speaker there. And I mean, it's like you have people just relaxing throughout the day and just chilling and hanging out. And maybe, you have a couple of drinks here or there, or we'll go to like the bar, we'll go to the swim up bar or whatever. And then at night, it's like a concert.
Yeah.
Like the music's so
It
loud.
really is.
People are, trashed. We're moshing.
We're having mosh pits with our own friends.
And it's so much fun. And it's like a 30-person trip. Like,
Yeah.
it's a big trip.
It is.
Like, I've explained it to, like, to, like, coworkers and stuff. And they're just like, how do you have 30 friends?
I know, right? And you're like, that's not even all of them.
No, it's crazy. And, like, the craziest thing is, like, I'll tell people, like, oh, I'm having, like, a small get-together. And they're like, oh, you're going to be hanging out with, like, 1 or 2 people? I'm just like, no, like 6 or 7. And they're like, that's not a small get-together. That's like a party. And I'm just like, no,
party, dude.
A party's like 20 people.
Yeah.
Like, a party's like the whole friend group. And they're just like, how do you have, like, 20 friends? I'm just like, honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's because I think the best part is that, like, the lads' girlfriends are also lads now. Like, in
They're
a way.
so included in
Yeah.
the group. And that wasn't the case even, like, 5 years ago.
Mhm. I mean, like, when do you, like, I guess you don't really see that in a lot of friend groups where everyone is so close, just in general. Like,
I don't think anyone's brought someone around who, like, just was like, no, I don't want to hang out with,
Yeah.
with these people. And we're such an interesting group because obviously we have, like, a bunch of inside jokes and everything, but we're all so welcoming. Like, no one's, like, hostile. Like, we bring, like, occasionally someone will bring, like, a random friend that isn't part of the group.
yeah.
And we're all just like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
This guy's
Exactly.
cool. Like, we're not, like, not everyone that gets brought around do we go, you're in the group now.
Yeah.
But, like, you'll bring, like, someone will have a friend that, like, they knew in high school, and they're just like, yeah, they're in town. Do you mind if they come hang out? And it's like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
And they'll bring them in, and we're just like, this is cool, man.
Well,
this
it's like
is our
a drunk.
group.
I will try initiating everyone to be a lad.
I
if
know.
I'm drunk.
I know. We had that happen when we were downtown for Z's birthday.
Dude, I mean, that guy was cool, and I was drunk, and he was cool.
There was were you paying attention to the weird people that we ran into?
No, what happened?
So we were outside of T. Henry's. It was me, Tarek, Mac, Chris, and Jake, and we're talking, and these 3 random dudes roll up, and they're walking by, and they're asking us questions like, "Where's the spot? Like, what's the move tonight?" And we're just like, T. Henry's is cool. We're wrapping up here. There's La Colonna.
La Colonna's good.
And we were looking at these guys and the way they were responding. We're just like, you guys might enjoy the Max actually, and not in like a bad way. Like
No.
the Max is just apparently it's like the spot. Like
I mean, it is. From what I've heard, a good place.
I have never been. I want to go at some point. I've just heard it's a really cool club. I've heard that the vibe is just really positive. There's a lot of energy. It's high octane. You're gonna have a good time if you go. Obviously, it's not like the club that I think I'd want to be at all the time because that's just not my scene. But I would like to go there once.
Yeah.
But and we were just like, you guys might enjoy that, and they're like, oh yeah, no, like the Max, yeah, we go there all the time. We're just like, okay, so
Cool.
yeah, so cool, awesome. Maybe you guys should go there.
Dude,
then.
if only
I don't know what
fucking-
kind of vibe you're looking for because we like tried like being like asking them like what kind of vibe are you looking for? Are you looking for like a chill vibe? Are you looking for kind of like a party bar? Are you looking for a club? What are you looking for?
Sorry.
And they couldn't really answer the question, and so we're just like, here's a list of bars. And so we went to Mo and Curly's to do karaoke.
I love that place now.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And we're there, and those fucking guys show up.
No way.
And they fucking show up, and I'm like, oh my fucking
No
God.
way.
And they like hovered around us because they recognized us.
Nah.
And I'm like, motherfucker. And I go downstairs to do karaoke, and I'm sitting with your dad by the stage waiting for me and Z to get called up. And I have my Dr. Pepper because I was DD. And Mo and Curly's has Dr. Pepper on their fountain. Ooh. And so it's $2.50 for unlimited Dr. Pepper because I was DDing.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. I put my cup down to go sing karaoke, and I'm not paying attention because I'm looking upstairs because they have the balcony where all of you guys were, and I'm looking up at the balcony screaming my heart out to Lincoln Park. And I go back, and this guy stole my fucking Dr. Pepper.
No way.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? It was no alcohol. The guy fucking took my
had a
cup and
motive
was just,
from the start.
and just fucking took my Dr.
It's like,
Pepper.
that guy looks like he drinks Dr. Pepper.
And I went and
want
talked
that.
And I went and talked to your dad because he was talking to your dad and your dad's friend, and we're up on the balcony now talking with your dad, and your dad's like, that guy's so fucking weird.
Oh, it was that guy?
Yeah.
Dad came up to me after that. That dude shook my hand.
Yeah, he was like, that guy's so fucking weird.
Yeah.
And I told your dad that he took my Dr. Pepper, and he goes, You should have kicked his ass.
No
And
way.
I was like, I'm not getting into a fight over
Dude,
Dr. Pepper.
I'm on the second floor, and Dad does his karaoke. Well, after I went down to congratulate him on his karaoke, and then he comes up to the floor that I'm on, and then I'm like, you guys finally moved to the second floor. He's like, I had to get away from that fucking guy. There's this, that dude that you were talking to? He's like, that dude was fucking weird.
Yeah, no, he was. And when they came up to us outside of T. Henry's, I was like, oh, these guys are missionaries. Like, I thought they were like, they were like Mormon.
Yeah.
And they were asking, because like they're asking for just the way they were responding to some of the questions. I was like, oh, they're asking for which bars are going to be cool for them to hang out in. Because obviously you can't drink alcohol. I think that's the thing with Mormons. And I'm just like, so they're asking for what place is going to be cool to hang out for them without having to like drink and party.
Yeah. But
then the way they answered some of the other questions, I'm like, oh, that's not the case. You guys aren't missionaries. I was like, okay. Because just some of the mannerisms they had, I know a lot of Mormon people. And once you're a missionary, you kind of have just some...
Yeah.
I don't want to call them quirks, but you have just the way you present yourself.
Certain mannerisms.
Yep,
Yeah.
You develop mannerisms, the way you hold yourself. Super respectful, super, genuine. But also it's a little awkward the way you interact with some people.
Definitely.
And that's just kind of the vibe I was getting with
Did you
these
debunk
guys.
it? Were they missionaries?
I never asked. But
maybe they were just lonely,
I don't know. I don't know what it was with them, but they were weird. And at Mo and Curly's when we ran into them, they were just a little creepy.
Oh, really?
And I was like, I'm uncomfortable
that,
talking with you guys. And and so the guy took my Dr. Pepper, and we left pretty shortly after that. That's when we came back to the house.
Yeah.
I was so devastated because I really did want another
The
glass of Dr. Pepper.
Should have brought a 2-liter and just kept filling them up.
Yeah.
But no, I guess I should have noticed that, because when I went up to congratulate my dad, this dude was on the other side of the table, and I'm like, that was a great song, Dad. And then I shook his hand, and then this dude comes up, taps on my shoulder to turn around, and he's like, hey.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Right? Oh, my God. Well, on that note, we've gone about an hour. I think I'm ready to wrap it up and hit some China buffet if you are.
Got the thing on the camera.
It's been there for a while.
Oh, nice.
For video watchers, it's been on the title card for a while. But if you guys do want to listen to some of Bardlo's amazing music, there will be a link to his latest song on the title card, so you guys can go and watch that. I highly recommend watching the music video. It was so well done, produced by my lovely friend Tarek and your brother, as well as Eric, Nathan, and Z, who all worked so hard on this year's Lads video. Such an amazing project. I was so happy to see that music video. It was so good. It came out.
I was so worried
amazing
that Eric messed it up when we were going. Like, my heart dropped. He fixed it very quickly, though, but that shook me.
It's such a good music video. You guys did so good. I'll probably also put a title card. If you go to joymoments.com, there is a link as well to that song, as well as the behind-the-scenes video.
Yes, sir.
The making of that music video.
Good video, both of them.
Both
My
of
video
them.
and the T-Law video.
And the T-Law video. I'll probably link both of those in the description below. If you don't want to look in the title card, you can go find those.
Sir.
If you want to find our socials to follow us on Twitter and YouTube, joymoments.com. They're all linked there as well. We'll see you guys next week for episode number 12.
Bye,
Thanks for listening.
guys. I love you. I say love you.